So I've been avoiding this all day. It is February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. Last night it got down to like 11 degrees and we covered up all of the flowers. So here's the high tunnel, and all these have baby plants under them that don't like to go below 20 degrees. So we covered them up, and I've been avoiding it all day to see how they look. So who's ready to take a peek underneath the covers and see what is under there? Okay, here you go. You get to look with me. Let's see. Oh, they're lush and green. They look good. This is the ranunculus. So the ranunculus go good, like 3/4 of the way down there, and then all this is ranunculus too. Let's peek under there and see. Yeah, they look good. The bare spots are where the gophers have been. So unfortunately, we've had gophers in the high tunnel. So next year we may put them in hardwire cloth beds. We will just kind of see how this year goes. There's two schools of thought. You can either, with gophers, you can either plant so many that they can't eat them all, or you can put the hardwire cloth on the bottom and kind of up the sides, which is what we've done with the tulips, because last year they took them and moved them. They're like pocket gophers, and so they took the tulips and like ran them all over the farm. So we had like random tulips coming up, the ones they didn't eat, and just kind of stored all over the farm. So we're like, oh look, 20 yards over there, oh there's a tulip coming up. And actually there's a couple coming up that made it through the winter and the whole summer. They're coming up now in random places, so I know that that happens. So anyway, we'll have to decide next year if we decide to do that here in the high tunnel, but space is limited. So on this side, all this green is the larkspur. They can handle super cold, so we're never worried about them. And then ranunculus, and then way over there are the anemones, and those two. And then actually in the middle is the eucalyptus that we have overwintered in here. It's kind of a dream to have a whole tunnel of eucalyptus one day. So we'll see if we get a third tunnel, and if so, that's the plan. But let's see how they're looking. So this is my first time to actually peel back the cloth. We have lots of weeds growing in there, but look. So there is eucalyptus, all growing up, looking really good. So we probably have lost some tips that have been damaged up against the cloth, but the plants look great. There's a whole bunch in there, so. All right, so that answers the question of how it's looking in this tunnel, which is the original tunnel. We were like, let's come up with some names. So we have Bestie and Westie. Westie is on the west side. So Westie and Bestie, I don't know. The plan is to get 2 more, we'll see. And I don't know what we'll call them, but for now we got Westie and Bestie. Let's go check on the other tunnel. Okay, here we are in Westie, and we're gonna pull up the cloth and see what we have. All right, it looks like the stock made it. It looks really good. So that is super encouraging, because it was really cold last night and they're just itty bitty babies. Let's look at the trays that we haven't planted out, and then which we need to get started on. They still look really good. Look at them all. Okay. And then here are all the seedlings. You can see the sweet peas are starting to pop up. And all the seedlings are looking. All right, so there is your look at day on the farm, February 13th. It is currently about 28 degrees outside. It hasn't even warmed up to freezing. So it's always a call, because it's hot in here because the sun warms it up like a greenhouse. Whether or not to take off the plastic, but we're only about an hour or 2 away from sunset. It's gonna get cold again, so we're gonna leave the frost cloth on. Ice is falling off the tunnel. We're gonna leave the frost cloth on just so that it stays warm underneath, so when it dips back down they'll still be warm. And then get through this weekend, and then I think we can take all the cloths off and let them air out and start growing again. So anyway, that's what's happening on the farm. Lots of preparing for the weather.